Well, it's seeming like Jeff Saturday may be the frontrunner to be the Indianapolis Colts head coach, according to Bleacher Report. Now, to be honest with you guys, ever since this coaching search has started, I have had this gut feeling that the Colts are just going to stick with Jeff Saturday. And do you know how many people, including me, it's going to piss off, it's going to aggravate that this has been a long, extensive coaching search, and all you're going to do is stick with Jeff Saturday? I'm telling you, man, I have a weird gut feeling by the end of all of this, the Colts are just going to stick with Jeff Saturday. I hate to say it, but it just feels that way, in my opinion. It kind of seems like they're dragging it out to make it seem like they're really looking for someone else. But at the end of the day, it's only going to aggravate more people. It's only going to get more people going. And, Jeff, it's going to start with Jim Irsay. Chris Ballard's on thin ice. And you could argue he's being very careful because of what happened with Josh McDaniels. But with you taking this long, you're going to lose out on all the good coaching staff. Regardless. You let Brian Callahan leave and go take an interview somewhere else. How do you think that makes him feel? There's also some reports out there that Wink Martindale is the front runner of round 3. There are a lot of interesting paths that the Colts can take. Do you guys think that Jeff Saturday is a front runner? Whether take your bias out of it, be like, take the emotions out of it. Tell me your gut feeling. Do you think Jeff Saturday is going to be the guy? And Twitter's going to blow up. Not literally, you guys know what I mean. It's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. Jeff Saturday showed a lot of really nice qualities, and he hasn't had a realistic shot. But at the end of the day, when you have and had other coaches out there with an insane pedigree, you had D'Amico Ryans. There were quite a few people out there. Now you lost a few. I'm happy the Colts didn't trade as much as the Broncos did for Champagne. That's ridiculous. I would never trade anything for a head coach if you ask me. The only head coach I would trade for is Kyle Shanahan with the 4th overall pick, because screw it, we can't get a quarterback. We don't need a quarterback with Kyle Shanahan. No, I'm playing. I'm kidding. But you get my point. If there was a head coach there that I would trade for is Kyle Shanahan, but I wouldn't trade more than a second. Shanahan's worth the first as a head coach, and is this going to become a new thing where teams start trading head coaches? I don't think so, because if it's such an amazing head coach, you wouldn't trade him. Just kind of like a quarterback. It's going to beat costs a lot, and I don't think you really want to spend draft capital like that on a head coach. And to be honest with you, I don't think so. So, what do you guys think about Jeff Saturday being the front runner according to Bleacher Report? Do you think he's going to be the head coach? They just, as I said before, there's some good qualities. He's a leader. He knows how a winning culture is built. I mean, heck, man, he was around Peyton Manning and those winning teams in the 2000s. He was an amazing center, and he stood up to Peyton Manning, so he's not scared to stand up to anyone. Quite the opposite of Frank Reich in that regard. Frank Reich is kind of the guy to sit back, in the back of the bar and be like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with this fight. No, I want nothing. Jeff Saturday would be all up in it and be like, yo, break it up. Get out of here. Come on. He's not going to deal with BS. So he's going to instill discipline in these guys. No, the problem with it is, can he get together a coaching staff? Does he really have enough connections? Could he do that? I don't know if he could do that. That's something that scares me. He doesn't even really have an identity. Yeah, offensive line technically, but I mean, you need to know everything. You need to know a lot more. Yeah, being a center, you do understand a lot. You understand the trenches very well. You do. But how well do you understand corners? How well do you understand, you understand linebackers pretty well, but just in general, how do you understand more concepts? It's more than just trenches, even though the trenches really are where championships are won, can be won. It's wild to think about Jeff Saturday being the head coach. I don't know how I feel about it. I would just the only reason I wouldn't be happy about it is the fact that there are very good candidates out there that can be a very good head coach. Mike Kafka. I love Wink Martindale. A lot of people aren't down for him because he's a little older, but I don't care. If he's going to bring you 7, 10, a little more than 10 years of great coaching and bring this team to a Super Bowl or two, maybe win one, it's totally worth it. You need to think about now, not just crazy in the future. You need to think about, now, and Jim Irsay is thinking now. He's not necessarily thinking future because Chris Ballard isn't thinking future. He's thinking about now. Thinking about getting it done now. Getting this team ready now. But Jim Irsay seems like he's the one steering the ship, you ask me. And it seemed like that for a while. Is he just making Chris Ballard play puppet? Is kind of what Jerry Jones does with his head coaches. He likes to play puppet with them. He likes to have them take the blame. Have them do what they need to do. And, with Jerry Jones being the owner, the GM, yeah, that's not really great because no one holds him accountable. Yeah, the fans can be brutal. Yeah, he's the owner, so he's not going to, he's going to care. He has pride, but no one's really going to hold him accountable. These billionaires, they don't think they're going to be wrong. Why would they? And Jim Irsay is one of them. He's not going to think I'm not comparing him to Jerry Jones. I'm just saying that, when you make billions of dollars and Jim Irsay's a billionaire and then you go back from, the sheer of being so fortunate to go from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck, you'd think you're going to be right all the time. And then go with Tony Dungy, all these things, doing that well, you're going to think you're being right. And being a billionaire, there's so many other things that just factor into that. But you guys let me know what you think. This is gonna do it for this video. Just give you my thoughts, honest opinions, and it's interesting, man. It's interesting. So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, put that post notification bell on so you do not miss any future videos. Give me your thoughts on who you think the Indianapolis Colts will sign as head coach. Give me your thoughts if you think Jeff Saturday will be the guy. Or, even though you don't want him to be, do you think he will still be the guy? I just have a gut feeling, man. So, that's all I got for you guys today. This is JDW Sports Talk Show. Signing off.